The power of silence, a Buddhist practice. In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and endless streams of information, silence has become a rare and undervalued treasure. Yet, in Buddhist practice, silence is more than just the absence of sound, it is a path to inner peace, wisdom, and enlightenment. The Buddha himself sought silence in deep meditation and taught that true understanding comes not from speaking but from deep listening and inner stillness. This guide explores the transformative power of silence through the lens of Buddhist philosophy, modern psychology, and practical application. We will examine how silence can heal the mind, cultivate mindfulness, and deepen our connection with the present moment. 1. The meaning of silence in Buddhism. In Buddhism, silence is not emptiness, it is presence. It is the space in which wisdom arises, and the mind settles into its natural state. True silence is not simply the absence of words but a profound inner stillness that allows us to experience reality more clearly. The Buddha often emphasized the importance of silence in spiritual growth, as seen in these teachings. Mana, noble silence practiced by monks and meditators, this is the discipline of intentional silence, avoiding unnecessary speech to preserve energy and mental clarity. By refraining from idle talk, practitioners cultivate a deeper connection with their inner wisdom. Right speech, Samavaka, one of the Eightfold Path's principles, teaching that mindful silence is better than careless words. The Buddha encouraged speaking only when words were true, necessary, and beneficial. The silence of the Buddha. When asked metaphysical questions, the Buddha often remained silent, demonstrating that some truths are beyond words. His silence was not avoidance but an invitation for deeper contemplation. Silence also plays a crucial role in meditation, where thoughts gradually settle, and the mind becomes still. In this silence, insights naturally arise, leading to greater clarity and self-awareness. This is why monasteries around the world incorporate silence into daily life, so practitioners can cultivate a profound awareness that words often obscure. Small blue diamond example: a disciple once asked the Buddha whether the soul exists. Instead of answering, the Buddha remained silent, understanding that any response would lead to attachment to concepts rather than direct realization. This moment of silence was itself a teaching, inviting the disciple to seek truth beyond intellectual speculation. Small blue diamond reflection: how often do you speak out of habit rather than necessity? Could silence bring more clarity to your daily life? What would happen if you embraced moments of stillness instead of rushing to fill the space with words? 2. The psychological and spiritual benefits of silence. Silence is not just a practice, it is a medicine for the mind. Scientific research supports what Buddhism has taught for centuries: silence heals. Silence reduces stress and anxiety. Studies show that silence lowers cortisol levels and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, helping the body relax. Mindful silence removes us from mental chatter and external distractions, leading to a calmer state of mind. Silence strengthens inner awareness. When we eliminate external noise, we become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and subconscious patterns. Instead of reacting impulsively, silence allows space for intentional and wise responses. Small blue diamond example: a Zen monk who practices silence every morning notices that he becomes less reactive and more patient in stressful situations. Small blue diamond reflection: how do you feel when you spend time in silence? Can you recall a moment when silence helped you make a better decision? 3. The practice of silence: how to cultivate it daily. Morning silence rituals. Start your day with 15 minutes of silence before speaking, checking your phone, or engaging with the world. Use this time for breathing exercises, meditation, or mindful reflection. Reflection practice: sit quietly and observe your thoughts without judgment. Notice how silence sets the tone for a more mindful day. Silent walking meditation, kinhin. Walk slowly and deliberately, focusing on each step and breath. Silence in movement deepens mindfulness and allows you to connect with the present. Additional tip: choose a natural setting like a park or garden, letting the sounds of nature replace mental chatter. Silent meals, mindful eating. Eat without distractions, no TV, phone, or conversation. Notice the texture, aroma, and flavors of each bite, cultivating gratitude and mindfulness. Enhancing the practice: reflect on where your food came from, the farmers, the sun, the rain, and develop a sense of deep appreciation. Small blue diamond example: in Buddhist monasteries, monks eat in silence, treating each meal as a sacred act of nourishment rather than a rushed necessity. Small blue diamond reflection: how often do you experience a meal in complete silence? What changes when you eat with full awareness? 4. Overcoming the discomfort of silence. Many people find silence uncomfortable. It can bring up restlessness, boredom, or even anxiety. However, these feelings arise because we are conditioned to fill every moment with stimulation. How to embrace silence without fear? Recognize that discomfort is temporary, it is the mind adjusting to stillness. View silence as an opportunity to deepen self-awareness rather than an empty void. Gradually increase silent periods in your day to build comfort and appreciation for stillness. Small blue diamond example: a beginner in meditation may feel restless in the first few silence sessions, but over time, they experience deep peace and clarity. Small blue diamond reflection: what emotions arise when you sit in silence? Can you learn to observe them without judgment? 5. The profound wisdom of silence. Silence is often more powerful than words. The greatest realizations come not from speaking but from listening, to ourselves, to others, and to life itself. The Dalai Lama: when you talk, you are only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new. Thich Nhat Hanh: silence is essential. We need silence just as much as we need air, just as much as plants need light. The Buddha's silence: the Buddha's refusal to answer certain questions was not avoidance but an invitation to go beyond concepts and experience truth directly. Small blue diamond example: a Zen master asked his student to describe the sound of one hand clapping. When the student remained silent, the master smiled. Some truths can only be understood through direct experience, not words. Small blue diamond reflection: how often do you listen deeply instead of waiting for your turn to speak? Can you cultivate wisdom by embracing silence more? Conclusion: the power of silence in a noisy world. Silence is not emptiness, it is space for presence, awareness, and transformation. In a world that constantly demands our attention, choosing silence is a radical act of self-care and wisdom. By integrating silence into daily life through mindful speech, meditation, and moments of quiet reflection, we cultivate inner peace, clarity, and deeper understanding. Folded hands: what is one way you can embrace silence today?